Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Okay, we're back. So just to summarize and to finish up on the eating, there will be no processed foods. What are processed foods? I tell people, just so you'll know, keep it in mind, if it's not a dry good, a natural dry good, natural, like beans, legumes, beans are naturally dry. And grains, that naturally dry, but we're going to talk about the grains and the wheats because that's not going to be in this as well. So if it's not a naturally dry bean, okay, your legumes, then it should not be in a box, a bag, or a can. Okay? Everything that you're eating pretty much is going to be fresh vegetables and fruits. So you might only want to get enough for a couple of days so that you don't, and this will get you a little sunshine exercise for those who don't like to go out that much. Try to find your outdoors, farmers markets and stuff like that. So you get to buy your fresh vegetables and your fruits right in the sun. And you get that air as well, which we're going to talk about. All right? So we're going to stay away from that. But anything in a bag, it should be more like your legumes, your beans. And we'll talk about those beans, but lentils, really dealing with lentils right now in the beginning. Okay? Because the diabetic patient, which we're going to talk about, and most of the diabetic patients and people should be aware that you want to stay away from the carbohydrates. Although the daily recommended diet by the Diabetic Association, they give you this chain diet and you know how you can take 15 carbs and this amount of carbs, and this is why you're continuously having to take insulin. Okay? Your body is not, right now you need to give the pancreas a rest so that the pancreas can heal, and we're going to be healing the pancreas by all of the things that we're doing here, and that's going to allow the pancreas to heal, and then we're not going to give it the carbohydrates so that we don't have to secrete the insulin, and we don't need to secrete the insulin, and then we don't raise up our blood sugar. So we're going to get our energy sources from fats, proteins, and fiber. That's where we're going to get it from, okay? And we'll talk about that, inshallah. Cleansing. Cleansing. The body naturally cleanses itself. Allah gave us a body that actually cleanses itself. Unfortunately, it's not working because we're clogging up everything. So we need to go in there with some natural drainers, meaning some natural good foods, water, some exercise, and that is going to get those systems cleaning again. So what are your natural cleansing systems? The organs in your body that actually helps you to clean out your body. Well, one, the skin is one. So sweating, every time you sweat, you're getting out all types of waste, and of course you can, you can sweat from exercising, and you can actually sweat from heat. But either way, you're eliminating waste from the body. So this is one way. Another way is through the lungs, how we breathe. When we breathe, of course we burn off and we get rid of CO2, but we also, the lungs are opening up, they're expanding. We're going to take a nice deep breath, and we usually don't do that often. How do you do that? Well, you do that with some real hardcore exercise, and we're going to talk about that. You don't have to go to the gym, and you don't have to work out for 30 minutes or 1 hour. You can do a 10-minute interval type of exercise, and then you will be breathing like crazy, and you will be blowing off a lot of the waste that's in your lungs, and expanding those lungs and getting those lungs healthier. Also, we have our kidneys, of course, so some good water, some good food gets those kidneys working really good, and we eliminate waste that way. The bowels, so cleaning yourselves out. High fiber diet. High fiber diet will get you going. I like my barley, drinking my barley soup, and oh my goodness, 3 times a day. I say there was a book that I read a few years back, and it's called The Whole World is Constipated. Didn't know what he meant till I opened it up, and he said that we should be having a bowel movement after every meal. Well, that's true. So I said, wow, I'm constipated because I only have one maybe every 2 days or every other day. So I thought I was doing something like going once a day or once every other day. And so that's the myth, right? We should be having a bowel movement. What goes in should come out. And of course, our liver. And the liver is like so important. And that's where our glucose is stored as glycogen. And right foods that can actually allow our liver to perform, at its optimum performance. Okay, so we'll get into cleansing, but I don't believe that you have to drink a whole lot of different juices and all of these things to cleanse yourself. The best cleanse that you can do is a fasting, and fasting cleanse, we know Allah gave it to us. So we know how to fast, okay? Eat a nice, good meal, a healthy meal before suhoor, and then allow the body to rest during the day, and then, of course, at night. And you can do this twice a week, and this is something that a diabetic person needs to begin to implement in their body, because when you fast, you also give your pancreas a rest, and you don't have the need for insulin secretion, and that also helps you to cure diabetes. Okay, the reason why you're not required to fast while you're on insulin, because you have people that, oh, they take my medicine, so they inject themselves with insulin, and then they go and fast. And what do? They bottom out, and you got somebody laying on the floor because they became hypoglycemic. So we're not going to be doing that. So we're not going to start off with fasting, but you are going to be implementing fasting. So for those diabetic people who said, oh, I haven't done Ramadan in so long, I missed Ramadan, well, guess what? If you follow this regimen, if you stay with us, inshallah, you'll be with us for next Ramadan, if we're here, inshallah. And if we're not, then you'll be praying for us for the next Ramadan. Air is essential. What kind of air? Non-polluted air. Okay? Where can we find that? Well, if you live in the cities and mega cities, you're not going to find it right in those areas. But you can find areas that actually have some good oxygenated air. Parks, really nice parks. In botanical gardens, I love that in New York. I used to love going there. Beautiful. Anywhere that you have lots of plants and trees, and they're really green and lively, then you know that you got some oxygenated air there. So going into those areas several times a week, if not every day, it will help you to get some oxygen. And we need it. O2 is essential. And we know it's in our water, hydrogen and oxygen, and it's in our air. I do not believe that it's only 21%. But you know me, I'm the opposite of everything. Okay? I believe that Allah gave us 100%. And what's in that hospital is something that's tainted and changed and really dangerous. And that's why when we used to put it on our patients' nose, they would fight all our patients. If they were unconscious children, they fight. And you have to ask them, why would they fight about oxygen? And I even put it on my face one time because I wanted to just see it, like, what it burns, it's all kinds of stuff. So that's not anything pure. You want pure 100% oxygen. You're going to get that outside where there's some trees and so forth. Rest is needed. We are sleep deprived. Everyone's suffering from insomnia. Insomnia is everyone's suffering. Because we're in a 24-hour world. We're in a world that never sleeps. Everything, 24 hours. You can just keep on going. We're like the clock. Take a licking and keep on ticking. We're just non-stop. So because of that, we're sleep deprived. And because we're sleep deprived, we're not releasing certain hormones that are needed to be released at night so that you can get up and feel good. You'll want to get up for Tahajjud. And you feel good when you get up. But those hormones like serotonin and so forth, they're not being released because we're up all night on social media. Talking. We're all caught in the web, the ankabut, the spider's web. And what happens when you're caught up in the spider's web? Right? You get stuck in there. And then that web, you just stay there and the life is sucked out of you. That's what happens with flies when they get caught on the spider's web, right? So everything is sucked out of them. In Mauritania, you can really see it because many of them, they don't believe in knocking down spider webs because they say to protect the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So when you look, you see these dead flies just sitting here, right? That's us. We're just dead inside the web, and we're having the life sucked out of us, completely out of us, because we're not going out for sunshine, we're not getting proper water, we're not getting clean air at all, so life is just being sucked out of us. But do know that Allah said that definitely the house of Beitul Ankabut Daif, that the spider's house is weak. Okay? And that is what is not ironic, and it's not a coincidence that they would name this system that they have the web. where everybody is just caught in something. So you need to get to bed. Get to bed, early to bed, early to rise. And then you can get up and you can do some tahajjud and some spiritual dhikr and reading of Quran and really just, communicate with your Lord, and you'll see how well your day goes and how well you feel. Exercise. This one here is going to have a video of its own because I'm going to show you some interval training. And interval training is where you actually get your heart rate at its maximum, for about 30 seconds, and then you take it into like a resting without stopping, but you do come down some, and you do this maybe 7 to 8 cycles. I try to do 10 cycles of it, and believe me, by cycle 2, you are sweating all over the place. So if you have an exercising bike, you can do it with me. If you don't, you can do it with push-ups. Those brothers who like to do push-ups, and they say, I do 100 push-ups. Well, how about trying to do, getting those 100 push-ups done in 30 seconds? Okay, you won't get 100, but boy, will that heart be beating so fast. Now that is going to open up, bring you some oxygen. This is going to give you that aerobic exercise where you get 2 units of energy coming right in every time you do this. So this here opens up the door for so much blood to get circulated to your organs, and you literally can have everything working, and then you have your cleanse and everything. So this is important. I need to make sure that you understand that this is part of the plan. It's not about I'm just going to stop eating certain foods and I'm done. No, all of this has to be incorporated if you want to heal. And I'm telling you, as a witness to what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has shown me with my own child and my own health, that it works. It works. And you just have to begin to care. Care about who? Care about you. You have to begin to care about you. And care about your loved ones. Ladies who are preparing the foods and all of this, we can really get in there and start cooking some really good foods that the brothers will like, and we can get them eating. Right now we're at a state where the ummah is in the state of humiliation and misery. Okay, we're humiliated and we are miserable. Why? Because we have fallen away from the tradition of our Anbiya, and especially our beloved Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and we have fallen into the lizard's hole.